I never thought I'd be telling this story, but here I am, still trying to make sense of it. I live in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind where people wave from their porches, where kids ride their bikes down the street without a care. My wife Laura and I had been married for 10 years and we had 2 kids, Emma and Ben. Life was normal. Until it wasn't. It started subtly. Laura, who had always been calm and collected, began acting differently. At first, it was small things, forgetting where she left her phone, snapping at the kids over nothing, losing track of time. We both brushed it off as stress. Work had been demanding and the kids were at that age where they needed constant attention. But then, things escalated. She started waking up in the middle of the night, breathing heavily, drenched in sweat. When I asked what was wrong, she'd just shake her head, saying she couldn't remember her dreams. She barely ate, barely slept, and when she did, she'd wake up in a panic, her eyes darting around the room like she was expecting something to jump out at her. One night, I woke up to find her standing by the window, staring outside. I called her name, but she didn't respond. When I touched her shoulder, she turned to me with a look I can't describe, like she didn't recognize me. Then, as if snapping out of it, she blinked, mumbled something about needing water, and went downstairs. By the time I got up the courage to talk to her about it, she was already spiraling. She became convinced that someone was watching us, that people in the neighborhood weren't who they said they were. She accused me of hiding things from her, of conspiring against her with the neighbors. One night, she screamed at Emma for leaving a stuffed toy in the hallway, claiming it was proof that someone had been inside the house. I wanted to help her. I tried to convince her to see a doctor, but she refused, saying I was trying to get rid of her. She locked herself in our bedroom for hours, muttering under her breath. The paranoia seeped into every part of our lives. She started carrying a knife around the house, jumping at every little sound. The kids were terrified. I was terrified. And then came the worst night of my life. I woke up to the sound of glass breaking. I ran downstairs and found Laura in the kitchen, her hands shaking, eyes wide. She was covered in blood. My stomach dropped when I saw the body on the floor. It was our neighbor, Dan. He'd lived next door for years. A friendly guy. Harmless. Laura stood there, gripping the knife so tightly her knuckles were white. "He was trying to get in," she whispered. I saw him. But the front door was locked. The windows were intact, except for the one she had broken. The sirens came minutes later. I don't remember calling the police, but someone must have heard the commotion. They took Laura away and I haven't seen her since. They say she had a psychotic break, that she truly believed she was protecting us. But I still don't understand how it happened. How she changed so quickly. How she became someone I no longer recognized. I can't sleep at night. I keep replaying everything, wondering if there was a moment I could have stopped it. If I should have done more. The house is quiet now, too quiet. The kids are staying with my parents. I sit in the dark, listening for any sound at all. And sometimes I swear I hear her whispering my name.